BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
What's up, guys? Chef Jeff, this dope cooking show. Look, hey, check this out. Welcome to 2026, the first show of 2026, like Tuesday, 5:30, 2026, right? Welcome to a new year. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, a great Christmas, spend time with your family. I hope you enjoyed all of that. They brought in the new year with a bang, all of that, and you know got to whatever your resolution was. I didn't make none this year because I didn't need to. I'm gonna stick to the same thing I've been doing, right? And yeah, and that's that. So, look, y'all, today we just gonna get right into it because um, I went to the store, right? And I went on and got the oxtails. I got the oxtails. Now, look, I ain't never had them, okay? And so, new year, new show, right? Same show, you doing new stuff, and we're gonna try these oxtails. So we're gonna get suited and booted, right? And we're gonna come back, make sure we got everything we need. I think we got most of it over here. Boom. So today we're gonna do oxtails over grits. Oxtails and grits. So you already know, my grits be fire. And if you watch the show, you see how we do them, right? So yours should be fire too. But today, instead of doing shrimp and grits, we're gonna do oxtails on top. Now, like I told you, I ain't never had oxtails. Don't know what they're supposed to taste like. I've seen tons of people do it. So we're gonna do it here. Hopefully, it comes out good. If not, we're gonna throw it in the trash and say it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? This is what we do. This dope cooking show. So I'm gonna go get my chef jacket on, get ready to go, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we back, suited and booted. So, oxtails. Child, everybody be going crazy over these things. All right, so yes, what happened? Um, went to the store, seen some oxtails, and I was like, I never had them, so let's try them and see what's up. So, I got mine from a store called Winco. You can get yours at sometimes Walmart has them, Albertsons has them if you have an Albertsons in your area. You can also go to your local butcher and get them, and they'll cut them a little more uniform than this. Um, and also, they'll cut them how you want them. Okay, but if you go to the store, you're gonna get them kind of random like this, right? I could have cut them a little different if I wanted to, but yeah, nah, we gonna roll with this. Uh, be careful. Make it a point to clean them, right? Because it is a processed meat. They cut them with a bandsaw, actually cutting it with a saw. So you don't want chunks of bone in your setup, right? So make sure you wash them. Traditionally, people wash them with a little vinegar, and they like wipe them down, like really like wipe on them with a lime. So of course, I follow the same process. I did that yesterday. So these are already clean, ready to go, right? In our brine sauce mix, we're gonna cut up one onion, we're gonna cut up some green onion, and the recipe that I'm following calls for a scotch bonnet pepper or habanero pepper. Them hot. And we got some other stuff over here that's a little spicy, so I don't want to be too terribly hot. I don't like stuff that's real spicy. Doc do, I don't. So we're just gonna keep it kind of simple. But I did get a red chili pepper. This is a Fresno pepper. It's mild. It ain't as bad as a habanero or a Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm just telling you. So we're gonna put that. We're gonna cut these up. We're gonna put that in our blender over there, as you see. We got our Ninja blender. He gonna zap some stuff up. So in there, we're gonna put uh, beef broth, right? And then we're gonna put some browning seasoning in there, and then some soy sauce, right? Low sodium soy sauce because of the salt content, right? Now, what seasonings are we using, Chef? I'm glad you asked me because that's a whole thing. That's a whole deal. So, um, you got oxtail season. Can you get that in there? Yeah. Oxtail season. Well, I mean, we cook on oxtails and make oxtail season. Then they also have a oxtail marinade, right? Oh, Lord. Authentic. And this is by Grace. I thought it was by Walkerwood. Um, but our Walkerwood also has one too. We're gonna use a little bit of this jerk season that I got left over, jerk paste. We'll put that in there too. Um, we're gonna season these up, right? We're gonna brown them off. We're gonna sear them, right? We're gonna get a nice sear with a good color on it. And after that, we're gonna put them in our Instant Pot. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can use a crock pot or you can put them in the oven. It's just quicker with the Instant Pot. Pressure cooker. If you got one of those, this is one of those things you can use to, you know what I'm saying, get your meal done quick. Go on and pull that out, dusty them off, because they don't use it all the time, right? You can so after we sear them, you're gonna put them in the pressure cooker. They're gonna run for like an hour, right? An hour under pressure, and then they're gonna do a slow release. The slow release is something because whatever didn't happen while pressure cooking, when the slow release happens, that's when it's, starts to get tender, the flavors infuse a little more. Love it. I don't know what happened, why it took me so long to get one, but I love the pressure cooker because roast this. Um, you can do meatloaf in it. You can do ribs in it, chicken, all that stuff. You throw everything in there with your seasonings. Screw the top on. Hit pressure cook on high or low, whichever one you want, or you can get fancy. Like mine got settings on it, so poultry, beef stew, cake, beans. Like you can put, just push the button and walk away from it, and then it'll go off and let you know when it's ready, right? So I don't. No point in overthinking. There's no point in getting all worked up about it. Use the pressure cooker. Let it do the work. Because if not, you're looking at some hours, like a low and slow cook type situation to get these the way they're supposed to be. Everybody say they're supposed to be. So get your pressure cooker. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm telling you. Let's see. I got some story time for you, but we're gonna get working. All right. All right, y'all. Right back at it. So I had already cut up some carrots, right? Boom. I started and forgot. That's my bad. Sorry. New year, everything, all that kind of stuff. So, how was your Christmas? Let me tell you about my Christmas. So, look, we just did nothing and we enjoyed it. Like, it was great. I don't know why. It was like, I don't know. It was just, we didn't do nothing. Our Christmas tradition is we'll watch The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim and Carrey. We're going to watch that and several Black Christmas movies. This is what we do. It was a little different this year because we didn't do the Black Christmas movies right last year. We just watched The Grinch and like moved on. But then this time we watched some of the Black Christmas movies, and I'm telling you, some of them was hilarious. Um, and some of them was like, oh no, Christmas, sad, sad. Anyway, we did that. I did a taco bar. I didn't do traditional food at all. I did a taco bar, like a street taco bar, the elote, all that. We did all that stuff. Good time. Good time. Good time. Make some rotel dip. Uh, we did quite a bit. So it was a good time. We had a good time for Christmas. And then New Year's, I bought some fireworks. I only got fireworks for New Year's, and when I say my boys had a ball outside, man, they had a good old time. So, and the weather was kind of weird. It was like cold, but it wasn't. Then it got cold for real. It was strange. Like it was warm earlier that day, and then like out of nowhere, the temperature just dropped, like just out of nowhere, like face bomb. So, it was what it was. It is what it is. Yeah. Welcome to 2026, right? So this year, I'm not. This year, I'm kind of hunkering down, right? Because I got some goals. I got some things I want to do. So it ain't gonna be much of me out here in these streets because every time I go outside, it costs money. And I know some of y'all done experienced the same thing. Like, dang, every time I go somewhere, it costs me 50 to 100 bucks. So we gonna practice a lot of staying in the house. What we got? My mama used to say, "It's food in there." You know what I mean? So we gonna definitely take full advantage of that this year. Cause gee whiz, my boys are getting bigger. They eat more. Shout out to my mama, cause I know we hit that same little growth spurt, and we probably tore her out the frame with the food and the snacks. So I apologize, ma. Getting back what I did to you, cause these jokers trying to eat me out of the house and home. So uh, in this bowl, we got carrots, we got the Fresno pepper, chili pepper, we got the green onions. We're gonna do some regular onions, right? And then some garlic. And we're gonna add uh yeah, feel free to do what you want to with it, bro. I like garlic, so you know, just a little jar, right? Eh, think about half that jar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's been what's going on this way. Of course, um, college kid came home. She spent some time with us. That's always fun. She does the most quirkiest ways. So we get good laughs out of her. And then she just goes off into the sunset. Church is going well, as far as I know. I don't think there's anything going on, but if it is, I don't know. To be honest. It's one of those things like this time around, just let me go to church and go home. I don't really too much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. But I'm going. Okay. That's what's most important. I'm going. Uh like I said, it's a lot of it's gonna be a lot of chilling this year. Get some things done, knocked off my to-do list that I've been wanting to do as far as the house goes, and then after that, see what happens, right? Just gonna see what happens. All right. The onions, garlic, green onions, carrots, one pepper. I don't want it to be too hot, y'all. I really don't. I really don't want it to be too hot. And then we're gonna go into our blender with this, right? Hope you got a blender at the house. If not, food processor will work as well. We'll put all this in. Mm-hmm. All that in there. This one we're gonna cover this after we season. After we season our oxtails, we're gonna cover this. Cover the oxtails with this kind of briny mixture, right? Mm-hmm. Gonna cover it with that. Let's see if we got a situation. So I'm trying to mix all this together. Put it all in there. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, doing our thing. Jerk chick. I mean, uh, oxtails. Yeah, oxtail. That's- This oxtail like marinade stuff smells, but I'm sure it all comes together how it's supposed to. You know? So have y'all been keeping up with things? Because it's crazy out here. Listen, check this out. Check your cheese. Check your cheese because it's a major recall on cheese. A major one. When I say major, major recall on cheese. So check your cheese and see what what is good or not. All right, we're gonna get us a little blend, and we're gonna go on. It's good too. All right, y'all, we on the right track. This little whatever brine I made, seasoned marinade, tastes really, really good. So we on the right track. Like I told you, I ain't never had it. I ain't never even tasted it. I always turn my nose up at oxtails. So, that's what we on. That's what we doing, turning our nose. Okay, guys. I'm gonna turn it back on. We're gonna change the camera and see y'all see me season these things. Back like we never left. All right, here we go. I'm gonna season these things. All right. So we got our oxtail seasoning. You saw that. I'm gonna get that in there. Go on and just season it up too. Don't be afraid of it. Don't get this. Just season it good. That's what we talking about. You know. All right. Oxtail seasoning. We're gonna throw a little bit of this, probably a tablespoon of this jerk seasoning, mild jerk seasoning. Like I said, I don't want it to be too terribly hot. I would like for it to have just a tiny bit of a kick, but not too much. So we're gonna put a tablespoon of that in there. Oops, got a little messy. I love this stuff, y'all. I don't know why though. Just be hidden. It be hidden. It do. Ooh, let's see. We got an oxtail seasoning. We got a little bit of the jerk seasoning on there. Clean up our mess. You know. All right. Next, we're gonna use some of this browning seasoning sauce. Now, child, I used to use this when I very first moved here, and I was trying to do fried rice, right? And y'all, that first batch I made with this, I was like, oh no, this is not it. I was like, this ain't it. This is not it at all. Can't do that. So from that point on, it was like, okay, we got to figure out how to really do the fried rice because the browning season, that ain't it. And I was only trying to do that for the color. That didn't work. Another teaspoon ginger paste. Hmm. And then some of this oxtail marinade stuffy. Yeah, that in there. Yeah, season them up. Now, of course, I'm gonna use some of my own stuff. I don't know us all in that oxtail season, so I gotta put my own thing on there. You know what I'm saying? Salt, pepper, onion, garlic, of course. There's some of that going on. And don't be ashamed to be generous with the seasonings. Don't be, because this got to go through a process. It's got to get seared. Then it's gonna sit in some liquid. It's gonna cook under the pressure. So you want to make sure your seasonings, you know, stay locked in. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna get this a good mix-a-rooney. We're gonna mix this all up. See what we got. Right. Mix it all up. We might have to do it again. Might have to add some more. You never know. So give it a good mix and see. Give it a good mix and see what you got. And I did. There was some more liquid in the bottom of this bowl because they was, like I said, I had cleaned them, right? So it's kind of what we got, right? We turned them over a couple of times, and I want more seasoning. I'm just do. I'm gonna season them good. I really want these to be good. I really want this to be hit for you and me because this gonna be somebody dinner tonight at my house. Much money I paid for this. We gonna eat this till it's gone. You hear me? I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding. This till it's gone. And I got this oxtail seasoning from Kroger. Um, I don't know if they have them where you from, where you at. That's where I got this from. It don't have a lot of salt content to it either. So that's why I'm using so much. Like little to none, right? It's more of a spice. And I don't mean spice heat, I mean like spice like flavors or spice. So yeah. Get in there. Make it do what it do for you. I think this is simply amazing, right? Also, you're gonna want to let this sit, right? You're gonna want to let this sit for about 30, 45 minutes, right? Because you're gonna want to let the flavors lock in. So I want this to all sit for. So really, you should do it overnight. But for all intents and purposes of this show, we're gonna let it sit for 45 minutes to an hour. Then we're gonna come back, right? And we're gonna shoot them babies off and go forward with the rest of this because it's gonna be dope. It's dope. So I'll give these another mix one more time. These add seasonings that we put on there. One more time. Okay. Uh, Pretty big pieces, so this should turn out fairly decent. This is my thoughts. Decent amount there. Add the mix on there. Like I said, it's a little whirly whirly. We're gonna put it in the fridge and let it do its thing. Like I said, for 45 minutes. But we're gonna move quick over here because we got control of time. But anyway, we're gonna let these sit in the refrigerator. Right? And we're gonna make our grits. Y'all know how we get down. So be right back. All right, guys, we back. This dope cooking show. Oxtails and what we doing? Oh yeah, oxtails and grits. So look, I didn't go crazy with the grits because I don't know what these oxtails gonna taste like, right? So I kept the grits simple. What you mean, Chef Jeff? I just did simple, like we just kept it cool, right? I was gonna do like some cheese grits and blah 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 blah. But I think a well seasoned grit will go good with this because there's a lot of flavor in the seasonings that we use for this, right? So I think that's gonna pair well because what's gonna happen is those oxtails are gonna cook down. They're gonna render some tallow, beef tallow, and we're gonna pull some of that liquid off of there and make us a gravy, right? We're gonna make us some gravy to go across the whole thing. And I think that because I'm getting hungry talking about it. I don't know about y'all, but I am getting like super hungry. So anyway, I just kept the grit simple, right? Butter, water, salt, pepper. Um, garlic. Yeah. So that way, it don't take away too much, but it'll still add a little bit. Now, I might get crazy later, add some cheese in there. I don't want to. I kind of want to keep this kind of fresh, right? So I'm gonna do. What we're gonna also do is cut up some peppers, onions, saute that off. We're gonna put that across the top of it, all in the plate. I think that's gonna make it look boom. So here, what we're gonna do is we got our water going on for the grits. You see it's boiling. We go ahead and get our skillet going for us to hard sear our uh, oxtails. Oxtails. I want to be Jamaican so bad. So I had a guy that I worked with named Keno. He was from Jamaica. Man, he was so funny. I'm talking. Everything he said was just like, ah, Keno. So um, obviously, he moved back to Florida with his people, but he was a very good worker. When I'm talking about hard worker, everything I needed, anything I needed to do, I asked him. He was on it. Like he didn't even think twice. Like I got it, chef. Don't worry about it, chef. Chef, go sit down. Chef, I got this. So super cool guy. I love the guy. Um, you don't meet hard workers and people that kind of can play off or piggyback off of what you do, right? I have probably about three people that can work in the kitchen with me, and I don't have to instruct them what to do. They got kitchen knowledge, and then they can just see what I'm doing and go to the next thing, right? There was a guy I worked with. His name was Nikolai. I was doing a grill. He was like backing me up, so he would just look and see, and then I would hand him stuff. I wouldn't even turn around and look and see who it went to. I would just hand him food and plates, and he knew exactly where it went. And then, of course, like you can't go wrong. Like when you have somebody like that, it just makes the job easier. And then, of course, my girl Chris B, forever the best number two ever. Like I don't know nobody else better than her. She is just amazing. Like I tell her what I need, and it's done. Like what else you need? I'm like, well, dang, like come in, knock stuff out, and be gone. You hear me? Like the girl is bad, cold blooded forever. Like it's gonna be my dog forever. So, shout out to them, Nikolai, Chris B. Um, yeah, it's being a chef and having somebody that can really compliment you in the kitchen is amazing. Makes the job 1,000 times easier. Okay, so like I said, we getting our skillet heating up here. We wanted to get good and hot. Pour some of this oil off. But We'll go ahead and get our grits going too. So I know the boys are still here. My boys are still here for their Christmas break, and they like the grits. You know, they like these grits. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook them up. You know, make sure they got some. And yeah. So like I said, I kept the grits simple, and we ain't gonna do too much with them. Keep it simple. That's the best way to kind of be anyway, kind of go anyway. Because when you do too much, especially with something like this, when you never had it, you don't know what it's going. You do it the regular way, the way you always been doing it, then it don't mix. Like, should have done it like that. So just gotta kind of go with the flow. Don't do too much. Just kind of keep it simple. And just let it just rock with it. Rock with me. Cause normally I got heavy cream in here. I got all kinds of stuff in here. But nah, we gonna keep them simple. With some good seasonings in here. Like I said, and we're gonna keep it simple. Make sure they taste good. As long as they taste good, everything gonna be all right. So that's fine. You got that done. Pour a little bit of this oil off. I don't want too terribly much. I want to dry sear. One thing about these grits though, when they start to thickening up, boy, that hot grit hits you like hot hard. You hear me? Hot hard. Hurts. And of course, we're gonna put the green onions in here because that's what we do. You know what I mean? That's part of one of being my thing. Putting them green onions in there. All right, we got them grits done. We're gonna sit them off to the side. Let them be. They're gonna do what they do all the time, every time. So let's get our oxtails out. I'm gonna change camera angles. We'll get the oxtails out. We're gonna get them searing off, right? Then get them in the pressure cooker, get them going. Okay, so we're gonna kind of take some of this excess um seasoning off, right? We're gonna go on in the skillet with this thing. Yep. Searing them, searing them off. hmm You're gonna want to do this on all sides, right? No matter what. It's on all sides. Sear them up. All sides. They look big in this little pan, but I promise you, yeah. All right, so we got them in this pan, searing up. We're gonna let them do their thing, right? We'll let them sear. Let the pan get hot as it could get. We're gonna let them sear, and we're gonna put them in this pressure cooker and get to it. So you want to go 3 to 4 minutes on each side. So don't worry, you're not gonna burn them, but you do want a good brown caramelization on them, right? Don't worry, you're not gonna burn them. I promise you, you're not gonna burn them. Everything gonna be all right. And at this point, if you want to still season, I would, because what does it hurt, right? What does it hurt? I don't know, y'all. This oxtail seasoning is fire. I don't know what's in it. I gotta find out. I like it. What's all in here? It just say spices. Okay. Garlic powder, onion powder, sugar, paprika, celery extract, or celery seeds. I can see what they did there. For everybody. Cool. Got it. Check. While we at it, we give our grits another stir because they probably, yep, it's really thick. It's here where you can check flavor, see if you want it to be. That's perfect. Gonna be good. See that starting to cook up now. Lid on that. I said, don't get discouraged, don't get upset, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. We want to get them a little darker than that. I think. That's just me. Jeffology. Mm-hmm. I want mine to good and brown on that. Hmm. So we're gonna sear these off, right? We're gonna sear them off on all sides. Once we do that, we're gonna get them in the pressure cooker, so that way they can start their cooking process. Like I said, that's gonna be an hour. So we want to make sure that we got that all done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this keep rolling. We're gonna cut up some peppers and onions, so that way we can put it on top of the everything as a garnish, and we're gonna saute those off too. All right. Okay, guys. All right. Here's what we got. We got our oxtails in the pressure cooker. They're gonna go for an hour. We got our grits done. I'm gonna tell y'all what I need. This is what y'all need to do. Let this be the start of your show, right? Let this be the start of the show. I put some of this off in the grits. So yeah, like find this, find this. Yeah, find that, cause that's it. That's the one. All right, I got a red pepper somewhere, and so there we go. Red pepper, green pepper, and onion. We're gonna put that. We're gonna saute all them together, right? And what you want to do with these is you want to make them cubes, right? Medium dice. Show you what I mean. Because we gotta use this for like a garnish, right? And we don't want it to be too terribly big, but we want to give color and pizzazz to our dish. So something like this. Yep, something like that. Yep, just a little bit color, pizzazz, a little extra flavor. Never hurt nobody. Tell ya, this is shaping up to be something nice. I'm skeptical at first because I don't know nothing about. I'm skeptical. I don't know nothing about the oxtails. I know the real estate, the price went up on them like crazy because y'all was buying them like crazy from the store. And they like $11 or something out a pound. That's yeah, nah. Because if everybody don't like them, in my house they gonna sit and go to and die. So gotta make sure it's worth it. You know what I mean? Uh, and make sure that everybody enjoys that. Because if they don't, they're not gonna eat it. But my house kind of picky, so we got a little bit of green onion set aside for um, garnish on top of everything, right? Of course, I put green onions in the grits. That is what I do. Um, it's been my thing since I've been doing it. Green onions in the grits. Yes, so we just gonna let our oxtails cook the full time, right? And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna plate this thing up, and we're gonna have some. What we in for? What you think? Get in the comment section. Let me know. You think it's gonna be good? You think it's gonna be like trash? You think chef might want to try something else next time? Get in the comments. Let me know because I've been tasting some of this stuff as we went along, right? It's fine. So I think the whole dish when it all come together, tenderness of these oxtails, right? Tenderness of the oxtail, and I'm looking for the flavor of the grits, the oxtails, and all the vegetables and everything. So kind of have a burst of flavor in the mouth. So that's what we're going for, right? So get in the comment section. Let me know what you think. I think it's gonna be good. It's our first time doing it. You was with me, I'm with you, and we doing oxtails on this dope cooking show. So I'm gonna tidy up a little bit, We're gonna wait till that sugar go off, bing bang boom, and then we're gonna have some. Okay, guys, check it out. Check out what we got. We got oxtails. Huh? We got oxtails. We got oxtail. Check us out, guys. Looking good. Look at it already trying to fall off of there. So, yeah, looking good. Looking good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna strain some of that juice off, right? We're gonna get down to the good part. We're gonna make us a gravy to go on top of all this with our grits. Oh, that's good. Hey y'all, that's good. Yeah. Okay. Oxtails now. Might know something about something. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, man, that's good. We're gonna drain some of that fat off of there, right? Because some of this at the top is fat. You can see down kind of through there. Still see the leaf under it. But everything under that is more solid. And we want that. That's what we want. We want to get that fat off the top. We want to get that solid area, the solids in the bottom, the more denser juice. We'll put some cornstarch slurry in there with that. And shoot, we got us a great good. Listen, Oxtails, this dope cooking show. We are doing it. Okay, so I wanted to show y'all. We're gonna add this cornstarch slurry, right? What is a cornstarch slurry, chef? It's just cornstarch and water. But here's the caveat to that. Whatever you're putting it in needs to be warm, needs to be hot. It really needs to be boiling. But there's a lot of heat in this what I just made in this mix here. So we're gonna add it straight in there, and then we're gonna go from there. So we're gonna add just a little bit. We're gonna stir it, see what our thickness is, right? And then we're gonna go from there. Because what we want is a nice thick, not not like gravy thick, but like a thick sauce, right? So we want our sauce to be wanted to be kind of wanted to hold a little weight, right? So we don't want it to be too loose, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, like I've been pinching off little pieces ever since I opened this pot up. More, like I said, we just want to get it almost to a gravy, like a good thick sauce, like not gravy. It's a good thick or bodied type sauce. You know. You know. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. We finna plate us up some here in a minute. That's what we about to do. This dope cooking show. We finna plate up, eat up. Oxtails, doggone. Oxtails and grits. This dope cooking show. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, but it's fire. All right, guys. Remember I told you we was gonna do the sauteed vegetables on top of our dish, right? Also, I pulled some of that sauce out of that pot, and I'm gonna make a sauce here just because I'm extra. So I wanted to kind of show how to do the cornstarch slurry. I wanted to kind of show how to do that. But what we got cooking over here, you know, we may not need to even worry about it. So see, I just found out that you can turn this pot on without the lid being on it. See, I didn't know that. I'm just learning this today right now. We may not need the food with that. We'll see, but it's on either way. But like I said, we got to put those. We got to saute them peppers and onions. So what we did is we got 1 tablespoon of butter in the pan, ready to go, getting melty, melty, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute this until it's fragrant, right? Still want a little bit of crunch, but not too much. And then we're gonna plate it up. See, gonna plate up, and it's gonna be delicious and wonderful. I'm telling y'all, I have been blown away today because this is normally not my wheelhouse. I ain't never fooled with no oxtail, but now They might have to be in the rotation. To be honest, I mean, that's a good little pack of meat for $20, right? I got two of them. I spent like $34 on them. That ain't, you know, $34. And yeah. And this is mainly for color, guys. This is color. Just to add a little extra zazz to it. All right, so check out our sauce right here. Check it out. Picking it up on its own. 'Cause I put that cornstarch slurry in it, then I pulled it off. So it's gonna make a nice little thick sauce on its own. All right. So guys, we got us one. We ain't got. I don't know how you feel about it, but we got us one. I was real shocked, Mom. We got to do the oxtails, Mama. So listen, I was talking to my mom before the show, and she was like, "What you think? You think you're gonna like it?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I really don't have no idea." She was like, "Well, I'm gonna be looking. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna see your face. Your face gonna tell us all." But when you see my face after we take a bite out of this, I think we're gonna all be happy for real. To be honest, like I told you, let this be the start of your show. Let it be the start. This has got a good whatever this mix is. Like I can lick it with my fingers. That's all you want to do that with those vegetables, guys. So look, we gonna plate up. We about to have us a plate of oxtails and grits on this dope cooking show. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here we are. You see it. You look at it. Get into it. Get in there. See all of that. Okay, y'all. So here we go. First of all, this is what's up. I ain't know they was this good, y'all. Y'all been holding out on me. Here we go. Wow, we did it. My mom will be watching. This is good. This is really good, actually. Mm. Everything we needed in one dish. It's hearty. It's flavorful. It's got heat, not temperature heat, but spice heat, and it's good. Like hands down, just good. So look, thank y'all for sticking around because I know this was probably a little lengthy one, but we had to go through this process because if not, we'd have some more tough joints, and they falling off the bone. They falling off the bone. Look, tenderness. So look, y'all. You was with me. I was with you. We did this on this dope cooking show. First show 2026. Stick around. We're gonna do a lot more. Peace. About to eat.